am the winner, and you are my prize. I want your soul.
Now the hunger owns me.
Accelerate the process, whatever it takes to make them die faster!
Every day, the visions got worse. Soon I wouldn't be able to tell reality from my nightmares. All the drugs and therapy in the world could never get me to talk about what I went through.
Welcome, one and all, to episode 2 of an awesome series where we rank every single version of a specific Twisted Metal character and their vehicles. Due to high demand, and mainly because of my boy Hamid, shouts out to you bro, we're tackling the true bone thug of Twisted Metal, Mr. Grimm. Yes sir. No rules, but I do want to say something real quick. Since I'm making this before season 2 airs, I'm gonna do my best to rank that version 2 purely based off of what I think he's gonna be in the show. And when season 2 comes out, I'm gonna do an update video where I talk about how Grimm was in the show and his new ranking. Now, without further ado, let's finally get into this video.
It's about damn time.
Man, how you just gonna interrupt? So in PlayStation All-Stars, you get to choose these little cartoon versions of supporting characters in various games called minions. And they're pretty much a cheerleader for you when you fight. And they made one for Mr. Grimm to support Sweet Tooth. But bro, what is this? Who is this? Because it's not Mr. Grimm. Man, looks like he could be from Naruto, like Haku or something. Or even Zuko, bro, but not Mr. Grimm. This looks nothing like him. This is a travesty, bro. Like, if you want to make him into a cheerleader, that's cool or whatever, but at least have him look like Mr. Grimm. He barely even looks like his bad 2012 version. I literally have no love for this one. This is even worse than Twisted Metal 3 for me, because he literally doesn't do anything. At least in Smash Bros, the trophies have like these little moves that they do. He doesn't do that. And the fact that he's based off of one of the worst versions of him, L. But this is a good segue for... Hey creator.
Whoa, hey other fellow creator.
Guess what movie I saw the other day?
What?
Ghost Rider.
What?
And you know what? We should totally make one of our characters have the same backstory.
Whoa, let's do it.
You know what? I actually know the perfect character we could do this with. Why? You know you're doing something bad when your version is even worse than the one from Twisted Metal 3. This version of Mr. Grimm is, to be honest, just a whiny, emo victim of his own making. When he was a kid, he witnessed his father, who's a stuntman, die from doing a stunt, which is very sad. So he took his name and elements from his style, which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But then he starts killing random people for 20-something years, also because his dad died, and that's it. And now he wants to wish for a chance to stop his dad from dying so he can hopefully have a better future. Which is so dumb. You knew exactly what you were doing when you were murdering people, bro. Like, at least own up to it like Sweet Tooth. Don't just blame it on you being sad and act cringy.
Turns out, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, no shit, honey!
It would have been different if he was like, when my dad died, I was in a dark place for years and started doing things I shouldn't have.
Come on, motherfucker!
But I regret what I've done, and I want to right my wrongs. And my wish will let me do just that. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't do that last stunt. I'm gonna save my father's life. You know, that would have been way better. But no, he doesn't take any kind of responsibility for anything he does. He's just an emo, self-induced victim, and it's annoying. His ending is pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, man, this version is not for me, which is crazy because he's black, you know? It feels like I should like him, but I don't. His vehicle though is S tier without a doubt. I love how it looks when you control him, and it feels fast and smooth. And you're able to do a wheelie to kind of charge up your special attack to do extra damage. And it looks so clean. And by the way, this version's special is a freaking flaming chainsaw, which is dope. Now imagine if Twisted Metal Black's Mr. Grimm had this motorcycle. That would have been so legit, oh my god. So yeah, bad character, great vehicle. Is this the apocalypse? Because I never thought I would see the day that a Twisted Metal 3 character would be on my top 10. But hey, if Madam Web can somehow get her own spin-off movie, then this can happen too, bro. Of course though, he still sucks. There's not that much I can say about him. His wish is cool. He wants to take Calypso's soul, which is pretty normal, but this time he's doing it because he wants to be all powerful, and that's legit. Just riddle me this, developers. Why make him look like a hobo? There's already one in the game. And second, that ending is atrocious. How are you gonna make the Grim Reaper, the man who's been shown to scare the heebie-jeebies out of Calypso in the past, get stomped out by a man with this face?
Oh my.
It's horrendous. Y'all goofed. But it's still better than 2012 for me. You know, at least Mr. Grimm was trying something new with his wardrobe. But he was still the same old Reaper for the most part. And I gotta admit, his vehicle isn't that bad. I can't tell if it's orange or red. I'm pretty sure it's red though. But it looks pretty cool. Kind of like an old school bike with a sidecar that's been modified for destruction. And I like the decal on it too. How a hobo can afford this fine piece of machinery is beyond me. So I'm gonna have to put it in the B tier. It's a nice and respectable vehicle. Captain Grimm is what happens when Mr. Grimm steals from Mike and Stu's stash, bro. In the Twisted Metal 4 instruction manual, it says that Mr. Grimm is dressed up like a pirate because he was tired of doing the same old job all the time. So he wanted to spice things up for a bit. And low-key, I actually like this. Because just think about it. It's Mr. Grimm, but high as a kite, bro. Then he used the sorcery to conjure up a new fit and a parrot with a degree in English. And then once he won, he had an epic sword fight with freaking Sweet Tooth, bro. Like, come on. That is so cool. So why is he so far down the list? Well, let me tell you. That's because his execution. Dude is... Playing with this dude was a nightmare growing up. He's fast, but not as fast as normal, and every other stat is the exact same like any other game. So basically, it's like driving with Spectre, but with an incredibly weak special, which is the complete opposite of Mr. Grimm. And his vehicle, straight up F tier, dude. Like, it looks like somebody built this while being stranded on a deserted island. It looks horrible, it feels horrible, and it controls horrible, man. This thing sucks. I used to hate this thing, man. Oh my god. The game, I love it. Twisted Metal 4 is so great, but I just wish the execution was better. Not gonna lie guys, if I grew up playing this game, this version would probably be higher up in the list because he's a cool ass kid. I like Michael Myers just as much as the next guy. So to me, he's like his little brother that has a better sense of style. Plus dude is just chilling, like all he wants to do is sit back in Halloween land with some OJ in hand. It's just that the month of Halloween isn't my favorite holiday because that goes to my baby, Christmas. So that's why he's in 8th place, because that's kind of his whole thing. Even his special is just some pumpkins. His vehicle is a different story though, because apparently Grimm handles like a dream in this. Great stats except for the armor like normal, high maneuverability, and he looks good. Like just look at that paint job. And the jacket with the helmet, bro, this is S tier. They went hard in the design studio, I swear. I really like how he looks a lot. And just this right here makes me really want to play the game. Head-On's Mr. Grimm is solid, safe, you know? Billy and Mandy is one of my favorite childhood shows, so the closer this dude looks to Grimm is perfect for me. The way he looks and the way he's holding his scythe is so cool as well. And I also like how he is gameplay-wise too. The only thing is, I kind of wish they went over the top with him, you know? Because Head-On's version is safe, you know, but a bit too safe. If they would have went all out and made him have a cloak and stuff like that, that would be pretty cool. Either that or they just make him look a little more like Twisted Metal 2, but somehow better. Which I guess is what they're trying to do with this. But I don't know, this version just leaves me wanting more instead of just enjoying it. And I can't really put my finger on why. Actually no, I think I know exactly what it is. It's his vehicle. Because this thing looks just like some random vehicle he stole while on the way to the tournament. It's not bad by any means, but it's a bit more on the basic side, you know? I really wonder what happened to his last vehicle. That would have been really cool to see with updated graphics. So because of that, it's getting a C tier for me. Alright, so this is a little bit different. So on a website called figurine, they sometimes hold contests where people submit pictures of figurines that they built themselves, and they do so to win some kind of prize. What the prize is, I have no idea. Like, this was made in 2013. But this specific submission is pretty cool. I don't know where you're at, but shouts out to KS Daddy, what a name, because this figurine is definitely a step up from what we got from Head On. Imagine a ticked off Grim Reaper, tired of being the devourer of souls, and he's taking his anger out on everybody in the contest. That would be a pretty cool theme, you know, like every time he uses his special, he screams in rage. And throughout the story, he talks about how he's tired of being the Reaper because of his addiction. I think that would be really dope, and it's kind of a missed opportunity. His motorcycle is pretty nice too. Apparently the bull skull means strength, perseverance, and self-sacrifice. So to me, it would be like he's charging through the competition in order to stop sacrificing himself in some way. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense, but it makes more sense in my head. Either way it goes, even though you can barely see it, from what I can see, I think it deserves B tier, to be honest. It looks pretty good. It reminds me of Twisted Metal Black. Okay, so this is how much I have faith in this show. I completely understand why people might not like the show, but if they were able to make such a big splash off of just setting up these characters before the tournament, imagine what they can do in the tournament. Here's my theory on this version of Mr. Grimm. I think he's gonna be just like how he is in Twisted Metal 1. He'll be a mysterious motorcyclist that's able to do things no one else can explain. He catches John Doe, and right when he's about to kill him, John somehow talks his way out of it. Maybe they strike up some kind of deal that benefits the both of them. Grimm is only there for Calypso, and they work together just to meet him. And right then at the end, that's when it's revealed that he's actually the Grim Reaper. Now this is what I hope. But what's most likely gonna happen is that he's gonna be a lot like how he is in Twisted Metal Black, which wouldn't be that bad either. Either way it goes, I'm really curious to see how he's gonna be. Let me know what y'all think though. Alright, and for my number 4 spot, we have arguably the most famous version of the Bone Thug himself, Twisted Metal 2's Mr. Grimm. He's so threatening in this, and is the perfect follow-up to Twisted Metal 1. In the first game, it's revealed that this mysterious motorcyclist is in fact the Grim Reaper. And now in this, he's making it known exactly who he is. When you're in the character selection screen, you see him in his helmet looking all cool and mysterious. But when you click on his bio, you see his actual face for the first time, red eyes and all, and it's freaking legit. And his ending is pretty cool too. The Grim Reaper with a drug problem, a soul devouring problem, is something I never thought I wanted, but I'm glad I got it. And his vehicle? Oh, bro, S tier all the way. Just look at the thing. It's a masterpiece. Converting the sidecar into a fucking Gatling gun, how it's all red, bro, and the decal on it, even with the limitations of the PS1, it still looked clean. S tier all the way, bro. I need to play this game. Twisted Metal Black has to be one of the best iterations I've ever seen. This time around, we're actually gonna start off with his vehicle first. I never read the instruction manual, but turns out his armored motorcycle is something he stole from his commander after he was killed. And it's not my favorite, but it looks pretty good still. I really like that it's a military motorcycle, and I love the different textures on it. Plus, I personally like to think that he put the bones on himself, cause man's a decorator. But since it's not my favorite in the world, I'm still gonna put it in the B tier because I really do respect the motorcycle a lot. And controlling this thing in game is really nice. Now, Mr. Grimm himself though, oh my god. I've got to be honest, him being a cannibal is wild. But given his backstory, you can't help but feel for the man because he's been through so much. Having to eat his own friend to survive because of some sick informant wanting to torture him, it's so dark. This man took everything from his old life and turned him into who he is now. And it's to the point where even I wanted to beat him up. Then in the end, when he realized that he actually liked it, oh, it's disgusting, it's creepy, and it's perfect. Literally the only thing that can beat that is him from Twisted Metal Lost. This version of Grimm is a continuation from Black, and they continue his arc in the best way possible.
Grimm's taste for human flesh has not abated. Grimm's sanity has not returned. He now spends his nights racing through the streets of Midtown, searching for his next meal while speaking to the rotting skull of his dead friend that he wears as a helmet. In recent years, he began to think that he may actually be the Grim Reaper.
Like, bro, come on, that's legit. Come on, bro. This man truly lost all sense of reality and found a way to bridge the gap between this version of him back to his original concept. I really wish we had some animated scenes of this because I love this so much, man. Black and Lost are hands down the best versions of Mr. Grimm by far. The literal only version of him that beats it by a hair is...
He was number 1!
Call me basic, whatever you want, but the mystery, the intrigue of this character back then, at a time where this stuff was really new, must have been amazing. This all-black character that's not trying to stick out at all, just has these demonic powers out of nowhere. The bio saying that he's a collector of sorts, and the license plate saying Soul Taker. This game is able to tell you that it's the actual Grim Reaper you're playing with without actually saying it's the Grim Reaper. And that's why he's number 1 for me, because even now I still want to know everything about this dude. I know for a fact that it must have set kids, adults, anyone that played this game over the edge for this character, because he's so interesting and he has arguably the best ending in this game. He takes the boss himself's soul with him to God knows where, literally. And the way Calypso was so shooken up just at the sight of him, man, I know it's been a while since the game came out, but I have to give credit where credit's due. And his vehicle is also A tier. It was originally just going to be C, but the concept art bumps it up for me. It's nice, minimalistic, and you can't go wrong with a black motorcycle. It's clean. And yeah, there you have it. Thank you all for those of you that made it to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. And good news, I'm gonna start channel membership soon. I'm still working out the kinks, but soon I'll have membership tiers that have custom badges, shoutouts from your boy, and even half-price art commissions from a professional artist that I'm really close to, as well as some other cool stuff. So look out for that. And like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out, honestly. I work hard for y'all, so if y'all are able to help me get my work out there a bit more, I would greatly appreciate it. Until then, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.